measurement!
5 courageous men, bound by the love of adventure, driven by the thrill of discovery. Together, they form an elite fraternity of distinguished gentlemen. They are the Explorers Club! Ha ha ha!
Oh, late again, are we, Winston Ernie Hudson?
Aren't you forgetting something, Hudson?
Ah, damn it, the ledger.
The Heath Ledger.
Everyone must sign into the Heath Ledger before the Explorers Club can begin.
Honestly, it's been ages since Hudson joined us, and yet he still can't follow proper procedure.
Relax, Jasper. He hasn't been exploring nearly as long as the rest of us have. Done! Excellent. This meeting of the Explorers Club may now commence. Gentlemen.
We're members of the All Explorers Club. We come from cities near and far. We got some Englishmen, Irish and a Jew. We're all for one, we're all explorers.
Captain Connors, let us review last week's minutes. To the Heath!
Last week's schedule reads as follows. The blind hatchet toss contest was won by Admiral Chancellor.
Yet again.
Governor Hemmingfield fought the snake to a draw, and I championed the tabletop skeet shooting tournament. Also, Commodore Danforth licked the dude's butt a lot.
What the? Gentlemen, please, let's be civil. I did not make
It's written. It's
I
written.
wrote that in there as a note. Well then, the first game of chance for this evening's meeting shall be...
Point of order, Admiral.
Yes, Commodore Buttlicker?
There's one more item written here in the Heath. The entry at midnight reads, pay rent before the stroke of midnight at next week's meeting, lest ye be evicted. Also, there seems to be a drawing of a dick coming on my face.
And you say this was written last week?
Yes, at midnight.
Ah, well, what time is it now?
23:59.
Now it's 0! Guys, we got 12 hours to save the club!
Military time, you jag off, that means it's midnight.
Midnight movers.
Prompt. Quite prompt.
That's a literal name.
That's a literal name for service.
Well, we've had a good run, gentlemen.
Yes, it's hard to believe. This place holds so many memories. I remember our first meeting as if it were yesterday.
Gentlemen, the first meeting of the Explorers Club may now commence.
We shall begin with newly acquired artifacts and tales of exploration.
Yes, well, Captain Connors and I are pretty certain we finally discovered Atlantis.
Yes, it is much smaller than we expected it to be.
Very compact.
Quite small.
I filled a pig carcass with gold doubloons and sent it out to sea on a small makeshift raft.
Wait. Was it a blue raft with a large pig stuffed with gold inside of it?
That's exactly what it was.
I see, yes.
We thought that was Atlantis.
Yes, our
That's what we
mistake.
found. Well, you know exactly where it is.
Yes, it is in the back of the Celica.
I really want a pig.
Yes,
Come on, get
we
gold.
have the keys. We can get it right now.
Gentlemen, enough of that golden pig! Unlike you fools, I have a real story. See, it was out on safari when I came across the lost diamond mine of Nebuchadnezzar. When all of a sudden, I'm sorry, that empty chair is really bothering me.
Well, what are we supposed to do? We have 4 members and 5 chairs.
Would any of you happen to be Pigtail Cutie 14?
No, but you look like a man with a story. Would you like to join our club?
Oh, no, I'm just looking for...
Yes, have a seat.
Hey.
Okay, but I'm not much of a drinker, so...
Oh,
I'll have one. I don't want to be
Yes. So tell us, new friend, how often do you explore uncharted territories?
is the first time I've ever done this.
You guys gotta tell me if you're cops!
Whoa. You seem a bit nervous. Is it because of our beards?
Of course, because of it. Look at how ridiculous! That, it is settled. By next week's meeting, we shall all shave off our ridiculously large beards.
You guys, I never told you this, but I used to kind of be a child molester.
A molestar. Molestar! Yes, I believe that's some sort of South American bullfighter.
Oh, a child molest. What a prestigious honor for a mere child.
Yes, you know, my father used to train molestars in Paraguay. It takes years of rigorous field training. Do you still have the cape?
What about that tiny hat?
Oh, yeah, they always know that.
You guys, you're misunderstanding me. I used to pursue minors for sexual reasons.
Oh, yes, I was pursued by a bull once.
I was chased by a large angry dog once.
I used to have a large angry dog, but I set it free into the wild.
No! I used to fuck kids. I'm sorry, I'm not familiar with your bullfighting terms.
This reminds me of a story.
Oh, he's going to tell a story again.
Yes. I was dozing on the shores of the Patagonia.
Hey, you goose! Beat my cap! Unbeat my cap, goose! Come here. Why are you not tired? Proper foe needs a proper name. Hirschfeld. Ah, you look like a Hirschfeld. Unbeat my cap, Hirschfeld. Ah, friend of yours, Hirschfeld? My cap is gone, second goose. Do your worst. Find this comical, don't you, Hirschfeld? Leaving me to waddle like a lowly goose? Not see another sunrise, beast? Come back. Come back. There you stand, Hirschfeld, staring into the eyes of the man you have wronged. My cap is my memories, and you shall soon be one of them. Die, winged beast! Gate! 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 You ruined my entire day at the beach! You stupid goose! Oh my God. Claire? Claire? Claire! Claire! Claire!
It was then that I realized that during my slumber, my wife Claire attempted to wake me from my nightmare, only to have me accidentally choke her to death. After a failed attempt to take my own life by hanging, the doctor said that I had mild brain damage, causing me to lose my short-term memory. And the doctor said that I had mild brain damage, causing me to lose my short-term memory. Have I told you about the time when a goose stole my hat?
Yes, a moment ago.
used to be.
Indeed. It seems there's just nothing left to be discovered anymore.
Yes, back in the day, you could hardly swing a machete in the jungle without annihilating some sort of undiscovered something or other.
I used to set a random forest fire once a week.
Well, nowadays you have to inquire about killing an endangered species, let alone annihilating a lost civilization of some sort.
Yes.
Ridiculous.
Gone are the days of just showing up and accidentally discovering things, like Magellan, Christopher Columbus, or Neil Armstrong.
Yes. Why, I remember when we encountered the very last legendary creature on Earth, the Clough-Gruler.
We were retracing the steps of famous explorers Lewis and Clark in search of the femur of Sacagawea. We heard that it had healing properties, or something like that. We were setting up camp on a particularly warm night. Well, the tent's set up. We better get some rest if we're gonna find that femur tomorrow. Tally-ho! Oh, and Danforth, don't forget to wear your sleep apnea retainer. How on earth could I? It holds my mouth open so I can breathe properly. We both crawled in for a comfortable sleep, but something was lurking in the shadows. Danforth, I've come to the conclusion that something beshat our mouths in the night. I've come to the same conclusion. We decided to contact the local natives to find out more about our mysterious shitty mouth problem. They told us about a legendary creature which they called a Clough-Gruler. According to the ancient legend, a Clough-Gruler lives in the woods and shits in the sleeping mouths of weary travelers. We dismissed their stories as the ramblings of sun-stroked savages and promptly returned to our camp. I've come to the conclusion that it is the savages who are shitting in our mouths at night. Yes, I concur. I suggest we fortify our tent for the evening to protect ourselves from the gaping ani of the local tribesmen. Agreed. We fortified the camp to suitable standards and retired to the tent for a hearty slumber, while visions of shit-free mouths danced in our heads. Connors! I'm afraid I have a grave accusation to report. Report away, because I fear that I have the same accusation. You've been shitting in my mouth! No, you have! No, you have! No, I haven't! Yes, you have! Prove it! You prove it! You prove it! The argument continued for an uncomfortably long time, until finally we reached a feasible solution. You prove it! You prove it! You prove it! Very well! We'll both draw pistols and stay awake to keep you from shitting in my mouth. As I shall also do with you.
inhabitants of the Clough Grueler.
Except, of course, for the debilitating dysentery that resulted from countless mouths full of shit.
Luckily, we were cured by the magical healing properties of the fever of Sacagawea.
Huzzah!
That reminds me of a similar encounter with the goose in the Patagonia.
No,
see,
give us time. Completely different. Similar at all. Completely different.
Jansbury, it bewilders me that a dunderhead such as yourself could achieve the rank of admiral in this man's name.
Here, here.
I had to lead an entire armada against the shaman armies of the Ivory Coast just to be considered for the title of Commodore. Frankly, Shansperry, I'm amazed you outrank me.
Well, only ladies carry parasols on a sunny day.
Well, look at this.
We're talking about
Yes,
the time
yes,
when I was dozing on the shores of the...
Gentlemen, this conversation is completely frivolous. As a governor, I outrank all of you. And to spot the leopard doubly, I'm the only member of this Explorers Club who has ever actually led a people.
Ah, I assume you're referring to the time you conquered that uncivilized third world swarm of island savages.
People of Puerto Rico! As I'm sure you've heard, I recently inherited your godforsaken nation, and I made a few changes that you're going to love. Oh, Rails. I will murder every single one of you! First, this diet of yours. Rice, beans, poisoned bananas you have to cook to be able to eat? What is wrong with you sweaty idiots? Starting tomorrow morning, you eat only what I eat. Lobster, brandy, and end of discussion. Also, it has come to my attention I can't understand a goddamn word any of you are saying. To that end, I've purchased 25 Rosetta Stone packages to begin circulating your hives and nests or whatever they are. I expect the first 25 to learn the English, then teach the next 25, and then pay it forward. Since your dead language is now obsolete, I'm ordering you all to burn these incomprehensible scribblings you've been collecting over the years. For instance, we have a encyclopedia. Stupid. Dictionario. Bullshit. Beyblade sounds gay. Starting tomorrow, the only book in circulation will be my personal journal, chronicling my epic adventures. And just so you know, when you get to chapter 12, a Kraken looks like this. Except he's completely silent. Finally, as I'm sure you've noticed, some of your more industrious comrades have begun building an island-sized roller coaster. I'll thank you not to touch it ever. This island-sized roller coaster is for me only, and will allow me to traverse the entire island with boyish glee. If my coaster track should happen to pass through your ramshackle huts, well, then tough titties. I suggest moving in with your equally godless neighbors and sleeping head to foot or possibly stacking. It worked for the slave trade, didn't it? Speaking of slaves, I'm gonna need a little extra help around the island. Any volunteers?
Right.
All right. Just one. All right, then I'm gonna have to count the rest of you off then. All right. 1, slave. 2, not slave. 1, slave. 2, slave.
Wait a minute. You didn't count every Puerto Rican.
Oh, no. Only those who were in attendance. Those who weren't there were deemed insta-slaves.
What was the roller coaster called?
Honestly, Hudson, the only legitimate question is, did they enjoy the lobster?
The Fun Island Zoomerang. What? And at first they hated it, but I feel like they were coming around. Unfortunately, my reign was cut short. Apparently, the island of Puerto Rico was annexed by the United States decades ago. I pled guilty to their treason charges and agreed to the punishment. That is one day of community service I will never forget. I had the last laugh, though. For as expensive as it is to build an island-sized roller coaster, the cost is tenfold to dismantle it.
You've sure had your fair share of epic adventures.
As have you, Commodore.
As have you, Captain.
Well, as have you. Hudson, it's hard to believe believe that a former child molestar like yourself has failed to earn a suitable ranking in all this time.
Surely you've done something title-worthy in all this time, Hudson.
I thought all your titles were fake.
We're very high. Oh, I have a splendid idea. Why don't we make a game of it?
Brilliant! We'll call it the crest, the eye of the tiger's fangs claws.
Ooh, is that anything like the name game?
It's just a name.
Oh, we know what that is.
Yes! Yes! Let's do that! It sounds so awesome!
No, hogwash! An Explorers Club title must be earned, not given away in a senseless raffle. With an awesome name, I do like the name, but no.
Very well, Commodore Bubbling. Let's take your case.
Firstly, said Hudson has shown nary a sliver of explorerly aptitude.
Oh, fuck yourself, damn
Secondly, gentlemen, he has the guttural drawl of an uneducated deckhand, and his moose hunting skills are simply atrocious.
I have no idea what you are referring to, sir.
I was like, go fuck yourself, damn
We all recall that fateful hunting expedition.
Of course we do.
All right, Moose, you're mine. Get out of the way, Zulus. Oh. Oh my God, I think I just killed William Hurt. Quit dicking around with those puppets! Holy shit, I curved that bullet! You're blind! You're blind! I'll give this Cool.
You guys documented one unsuccessful hunt. You're gonna hold over my head to this day? That's despicable, you assholes!
Ah, yes, Winston, Ernie, Hudson, you truly are the worst of us, aren't you?
Yes, you are. That's where we got your name from.
What, Winston Ernie Hudson?
The Black Ghostbusters.
On none of the posters.
Generally, never anything.
Wait! You mean those are your guys' real names?
Of course they are.
But they're like stupid and weird and old.
Oh, that's other nice.
No, they're very stupid. Everyone would think so. No, they're really stupid. Whatever. You guys are dicks, okay? I'm not coming back here anymore. Oh yeah, we're point of it.
Well, it has been quite an adventure, though, hasn't it?
I'll probably never forget it.
Yes, this truly has been a walk to remember. The gods must be crazy if they think we'll just fly away home and forget everything we've explored. Yes, from the air up there to the deep blue sea. Yes, this experience has left a deep impact in my soul. Man.
Why the hell are you doing this?
I don't know. wore beards. Didn't we all have beards?
You idiot.
Well, the sheriff should be along any moment now to actually evict us from the premises. One last song, gentlemen?
Yes.
We're members of the All Explorers Club. We come from cities near and far.
Better warm up the cellar, guys. You know the keys or wherever.
Keys are around here somewhere.
I forgot where the You have a ride?
What? You shouldn't drive.
Yes. You can hop on the back of my Vespa. Gentlemen, I've never seen this door before.
Dummies are always here.
No, not that one, this one.
Oh, gentlemen, one last adventure.
Cool.
This closet contains the skeletal remains of a 14-year-old girl with pigtails.
Oh, you're a child molester.